How's it going? Welcome to Good Company and welcome back to the Gigafactory. Today we are getting straight into it, looks like. We're just doing a little bit of rearranging of the toy robot assembly area. We removed the pocket computer from that area because we do have the dedicated assembly area, which is making all of the products now, so we don't really need that there. We also progressed a couple of the market phases. I really wanted to get like some better products and better modules being made, so just really wanted to progress the phases as quick as we can, to be totally honest. Did want to buy this massive building, and this is going to be the main project of the actual episode. This is going to be our power plant. I'm calling it the power plant because I think it's a cool name, but it's just going to be our battery making facility. So it's going to be making batteries and the power supplies eventually, and had to take out a couple of loans just to buy the building, but I wanted to get a really big room because, well, basically everything needs power. So I thought, find one of the biggest rooms on the map, and we can expand and everything. We will eventually be using machines for our batteries because, well, the machines can make loads and loads and loads. So we'll be using machines when we get to it. But for now, I just put down a load of tables, and I'm not going to lie, this was way too many tables for what we needed, and a lot of them were backing up. But we do change it a bit later on to do something even more useful. So that's good. Just using the copy and paste tool there, I wanted to comment on that. It's really good. It's really satisfying just to be able to copy and paste the recipes from one table to another. I do wish there was something similar for the employees. At the moment, we have to go into each table and then click hire. Is a bit long, but I don't know. I don't know how you would be able to do that. Maybe a little quick hire button on the table when you mouse over it would be decent. We're just setting up basically our first main courier route that we're gonna stick with. I know all the other courier routes were really messy, but this one we're gonna do properly. This is gonna be our battery route, and this is gonna ship our batteries from our power plant to places where they need to go in the factory. I may do one route per building. I did set it up to start with the batteries going to 2 different rooms, and it didn't quite work. I just needed to hire more employees on that route and do a little bit of fiddling around. So it's something to think about in the future, but at the moment we have one route that delivers to every building that needs batteries. Because we actually had the power plant kind of up and running, we didn't need our little battery making makeshift area up here, so I deleted that, and I thought it would be a nice area just to make some components. So we do circuit boards and plastic parts because I feel like those are the 2 staple components that we're going to need a lot of in this playthrough, or at least at the start of the playthrough. So I thought I better get this done pretty quickly, and then it'll be really useful throughout the Gigafactory playthrough. We just need to get materials over to that middle building, and I did spot this little area towards the back of the power plant earlier on, and I thought that'd be a good place just to buy in materials, and that's purely what that work zone is going to do. So materials will come in here and will get shipped out to buildings that don't have a delivery area, basically. We are doing more company goals. I realized I wasn't actually doing any, and I don't know if this is a bug or not, but they complete automatically if you have fulfilled the criteria before you select it. Again, I'm not sure if that's a bug or not, but seemed to work out all right for us. We do get some passive effects from completing the company goals and also some success points, which is nice. I can't tell you what the passive effects are because I didn't actually look, but it's generally efficiency boosts, walking speed boosts, success point boosts, stuff like that, stuff that is just generally helpful. So we're just finishing up the plastic part and circuit board manufacture area. This will 100% change in the future. I'm wondering whether to dedicate it to circuit boards or plastic parts. We are going to use machines because I feel like we'll be able to fit a lot of machines in that small building and get high output. It is going to be the same sort of idea that we're going to use for the power plant, as in this is going to be the central area and we'll just transport the components to where they're needed. So just going around and cleaning up a few tables that we didn't need. We're actually making circuit boards and plastic parts in this building here, but now we've got that central area, we're just going to transport those over to this building again with a courier route. And well, it's getting a little bit sketchy. This is the time where I was like, hang on, we're in a lot of debt. We're minus 300 grand. And I was not gonna lie, I was panicking a bit. I was wondering, why aren't things selling? And the main reason was because I just set up the batteries and I basically destroyed the production of that. And because we didn't actually have the battery routes set up properly, I spoke about this a little bit earlier. We only had one stack being transported by each employee. I did add more employees to the route. That didn't fix the issue, but I didn't realize what you could do was add more stacks like this and transport them that way. I thought the logistics employees would just pick up as many batteries as they could, but they don't. So that was a mistake. At this point, I did actually start to panic a little bit. We were just not making any money. We were minus 400 grand, and the bankruptcy deadline was coming up fast. So I just had visions of the Gigafactory failing in front of my eyes, and I just couldn't figure out what was going wrong. Like, I felt like our product was selling, but there was still something up. So I tried to do a little bit of investigation, just checking the courier routes to see if everything was going okay. And it did seem to be all working except for one thing, and that was the logic circuit. So we were running out of logic circuits over for our pocket computer, and as you can see, every product was stacking up apart from that. And also we used logic circuits in the toy robot. So what was happening, we just weren't making enough logic circuits because all of them were being used for toy robots and none were getting transported over to our new work zone for the assembly. So there was only one thing for it, and that was actually to increase the amount of logic circuits that we were actually making. I did increase the amount of space we have on the pallet for our toy robot because we were making quite a lot of those. I put some discounts on some of the products. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not, but I was desperate at this point because we were like minus 400,000 in debt. However, the milestones came in clutch for us. I didn't realize, but every milestone you hit, you actually get some money. And we were doing, I think, the 3,000 products per year sold milestone. And that just gave us 600 grand, as you can just see. And I was like, thank God for that, because I had visions of the Gigafactory just in flames in front of me. The series was over and I didn't want that. So here we are, increasing the amount of logic circuits we're making. For some reason, I thought we needed simple circuits as well. And so I put a table doing simple circuits. We don't need them, but I thought the logic circuits actually needed simple circuits. And I was just looking around thinking, where am I actually making simple circuits? Like, the logic was, if we're making logic circuits, we must have been making simple circuits. So I was just getting really confused where we were actually making these. It turns out we just weren't. And I figured it out eventually. And well, it was just getting really late. I normally record these quite late at night. And this episode particularly, I was getting really into it. I felt like we were actually making really good progress, starting to expand the factory out. And I was playing quite late, and I thought, you know what, I could actually keep playing this for a couple more hours, but that would have caused the episode to be like a million years long, and I didn't want that. So I was getting a bit tired, I get a bit delirious, but we managed to figure out stuff in the end. So I'm pretty happy with how this room looks at the moment. We do add some more logic circuit tables in, and I do want to increase the amount of toy robots that we're actually making, so we'll probably do that next episode. A really good assignment actually came up for us just then, and I thought, you know what, it's probably best that we try and do one. And well, it was for single cell batteries, and because we had the power plant up and running and I had massively overproduced the batteries that we were already making, I thought, you know what, we'll convert half of the tables to make single cell batteries and just supply that pallet, and well, hopefully make some money, because like I said before, the money situation was looking pretty dire and we needed to do as much as we could to actually build up our funds. After increasing the output of logic circuits and figuring out we didn't actually need simple circuits, I wanted to double check that they were actually being moved over to our assembly area. So I was looking around, I was getting a bit confused, so sorry if the camera was moving a little bit too quick there, but the amount of tables we added, I think we added 3 or 4 extra tables, it just wasn't enough. So I kind of nearly doubled the production because I wanted all of the shelves for the toy robots to stack up, and then once they've all stacked up, it should move over to the pallet, and then from the pallet over to our assembly area. So as you can see, the pocket computer is now being made again, which is absolutely fantastic, and we are actually in profit, and quite a bit of profit, plus 14,000 a week, which is always nice to see. Here is our toy robot assembly room. It's very basic at the moment, and this will definitely change. And then here is our power plant, or at least the start of the power plant. Just checking on the assignment, we are smashing the competition. We are doing so many single cell batteries. We're definitely going to win that. We do get a bit of cash for each one we put on the pallet as well. So I thought, you know what, there is actually another assignment for more single cell batteries. So I thought we may as well just do that as well while we're at it. And finally, we have the circuit board and plastic part manufacturer. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, have fun. I'll see you on the next one.